Dear Twin Flame souls out there, welcome to the Twin Flame Awakening Journey podcast, and today is in episode 147. Today's episode, like I promised, we will talk about the power of the Lionsgate, how powerful are these energies, and the messages and things I received after the Lionsgate event. I said to you many that I received about 20 messages where people said that they reconnected with their twin flame, they had a conversation, they had some clarity, a lot of things happened. And I've said that many times, that Lionsgate portal is one of the most powerful portals. For me, it's a spiritual new year. It does not exactly end and begin on the Lionsgate, but amplifies on that day. Of course, as this year, I think I can clearly say that for this twin flame community, or the souls that are awakened in my community or in our community, there was definitely the biggest spiritual event that has happened, energetic event. But before we go into all of the feedback and I also explain certain things, I really want to say this. I don't often share about the fact that, oh, look at the people who have done activations with me or people who have done so-called coaching with me. Look, they are now in the union, they are in alignment, that all of the magic is happening to them. And there are two reasons why I don't share it as much. Today I will share few messages, but I also share the opposite. And why I do this is because when we hear from somewhere that, look, I took this course, or I did this thing, and I did this thing, and now I'm in a union, and then another person is doing it as well, and it's not actually happening for them exactly the same way, and then they feel and they start believing that, oh, that's not real, I don't deserve love, this will not happen to me, this and that, and so on and so on. So meaning that eventually you self-sabotage yourself because you don't see the results right away. And I often like to bring in the fitness examples of saying, for example, everyone can follow the same fitness regime, same things, but our bodies are different, our metabolism is different, and so meaning of that you can see that, wow, somebody looks already so good, but you are not yet there, that it feels like I must be doing something wrong, and you start self-harming yourself. You're starting to talk negatively. You start to say yourself things, I'm not worthy, look at I don't have this, and that's not an idea of my podcast whatsoever. The idea of this podcast is to inspire you, is to find your truth, and it does not have to be the truth as mine, is to help you to become your higher self. And I know one of the things is, we will not become a higher self just by listening. That's why all of the workshops, what I offer, are available as well. The retreats, all of this. I follow these things that happen to me. I'm not saying that my method is exactly how it's going to be for you. But I know that Lionsgate changed my life completely and the journey for me. It was a breaking point, make it or break it, pretty much. And that was the moment where the first surrendering happened. That was the moment where I aligned to my soul to the next stage. And that's why I celebrate it. That's why I organize it. As I know the power of the energy. The next thing is, of course, Shivaratri. I had again. That was the moment where I felt first time the inner union, inner peace, without knowing that that was a Shivaratri. I had no idea. Many of you already emailed again for the Bali, I promise. This year Shivaratri, I think is on 16th of February. So meaning of the retreat will take place from 13th to 18th of February, somewhere along the lines. If you are on a waiting list on my website, you will be receiving the first offer. But I'm gonna say I received a lot of feedback, but I had to pick some of you. And if I haven't picked your story or your part of it, it's not because your feedback wasn't good enough or it wasn't significant enough. It's just about I had to pick something along the same categories as yours, and so because some of them were very similar, and so I picked one from there that I felt took together the same category. So I hope, and I will explain certain things. So as I said, I received many messages from you about how your twin returned back to your life. So the first message I received pretty much quite quickly that, oh my God, that was the first email. This is just unreal and I had to share. I had a friend who needed a contact in Italy to sell her cello, and my twin is Italian and musician background. And I told her I wish I was in touch with him as he might be able to help. I keep it out here a little bit, the personal story. So I decided to text my twin on WhatsApp, and it seemed I was blocked. And then I sent an SMS to him, and no response. I was just so down thinking, why would he block me after 1 year of no contact? And I was such in a low vibe just for the Lionsgate. And today in a full moon, he asked, who is that? I thought he deleted my number. I told him who I was and that if he can help me with my friend's request. And then we started chatting, and he told me he doesn't have the same number no longer and he lost all of his contacts. He told me he got divorced and I got divorced, and we are meeting on Monday. I feel the energy is a lot more settled. So you see, sometimes contacting your twin flame, and there is like kind of like, you see, like if the friend is part of it, and all of this is like a web. That's why I've often said, there's always guidance along the ways. All we have to do is to step over our ego and follow the energy. Like her friend just showed up, said, oh, I need that. And that helped, even though she sent the messages, no response. Later on turned out why there was no response. I'm also going to say that it's very strange that about 50% of the people who are coming to the Cyprus retreat this year received a message from their twin or had a significant time with their twin. So I have a feeling that by the time we are arriving to the Cyprus retreat on 11th of November, 11/11, half of the group will be already in so-called 3D union. But I also believe that there is something to share and show it to others. That's why it's happening. But there were, I think, if I'm not wrong, 5 people, and I read their stories as well today, who were united with their twin during this time. So pretty interesting. So this is part of the inspiration that sometimes we feel that we shouldn't contact our twin flame. We shouldn't do this. We shouldn't do that. And I always say, if something comes along, do it. There's a reason for that. The next one that I'm going to share was the one that actually made me somehow the most happiest, and somehow I felt I'm so glad that I do what I do now, as I know the pain. I know when we are alone and we feel like nothing is working out, nothing is happening, and when the old fears, old trauma starts to surface. That's why I often say as well that while we can talk, and talking is very powerful, energy activation is something, the Kundalini, what I use, is something that is going to shift it. It can be very scary at the same time, and I'm going to bring in some examples. It can make you cry, it can make you feel sad, it can make you all, but it can also release you. It depending on your energy and your nervous system, because it works directly to your nervous system. And we know our nervous system is a very, very complicated and long system. I can't remember how long is actually, if we put all of the nerves together, how many kilometers it was. It was enormous. If some of you know, can leave it in a comment. So our nervous system is complex, and nervous system is part of our body and connected to all the chakra systems. So now when we start healing and transforming through the energy, your body is going to react on it. And you don't have to believe me. I'm not here to convince or say anything. I just talk from my own experience. But in order to manifest and in order to see the change and shift, your electromagnetic field from the nervous system has to shift and change. And right now, I don't know that better than from the Kundalini. There might be something else, but I see it. So that was the first, so the email I received a days before. And that was like, hey B, hope you're all well and excited for your event on Friday. But I'm not feeling my best, to be honest, and so not sure if it's a good idea for me to join. Last week brought everything back and I'm really struggling with it. I'm very sorry that I'm putting all of that on you. Please feel free to give any session away to another member who needs it more. And no need to mention it, just make the next one free for someone. And here I want to say that, like, my response was in a sense because I know him personally. I know his story, I know everything, and I knew how much he needs that. And this is something, again, I'm going to say that sometimes it feels that I am alone. No one understands me on this journey. There is so much that is coming up, and then we want to stop. We feel like we don't deserve magic. But you do deserve magic. And then my response was to this that, hello there, good morning, my beautiful soul. Sorry for not replying to your last email to the Lionsgate. I have been busy getting organized. I'm going to also say I know many of you have emailed and are waiting for the response. I'll try to get to that on this one of these days. I sit down and I start replying. So if you're going to get the response for your email that you wrote me 2 weeks ago, then that's what's going to happen. I don't want to have anyone else to reply the emails. I don't like replying to the messages like in a short words or just saying, oh, I want to feel it. I want to connect to this. And I know it's not very time sufficient, but I just like to be present and connect. Anyways, so the email goes on. So now here is the thing. You must attend this session. This is a promise to me. In order for you to stop the suffering and liberating it, it is a must. And anyways, once you come here to Cyprus, we will be starting the healing and energy shift here as well. And at the end of the day, you deserve to be loved, be the love, and live free. So as a promise to me, you must show up. Otherwise, I'll be upset. So make sure you'll be there. No excuses. And then that response when I woke up made me feel that magic has happened. Hey B, what can I tell you? Today was powerful. I was shaking in pain to start with, and then I felt like something was literally ripped away from me. All I can say is thank you to everyone that was there today, and for you to bringing all of us together. I went for a walk after, and it was a beautiful day here, and I haven't felt so peaceful in a long time. Please, can I stay like this? It just turned 22 here, and fireworks went off randomly. Street lights were flickering all the way home tonight. Also, I lit the candle before the session today, and the flame split into 2. Never seen that happen before. What is happening? I have said to you so many times, everyone, that how do you know that your frequency has changed and shifted? Is that everything around you is starting to become alive. So the flickering of the lights. Also very interesting that the fireworks. So the universe starts to respond to your body immediately. And can you stay like this? Of course. Of course you can. it requires in certain ways that you keep it up with an energy work. And sometimes we have to go deeper and rip it away. Like he said, sometimes was ripped away from me. There was a shakiness, there was all of that, and all of a sudden something was ripped away from me. And when you, just to say, the Kundalini energy stays in a high state about 21 days. Then it can fluctuate a little bit. It doesn't disappear anymore, but it can fluctuate a little bit. So that's why I always say it's good to have a monthly activations. I now have done since the Lionsgate every day pretty much. So it's like last night I had an activation again. And it's crazy how when we do this, those people who come to the retreats, they see also what their body starts to do because we do it so much. But it just, last night, my whole body was shaking and my hands were up in the air, grasping all of that energy. And this is the beauty. I can't control that. And that's another reason why I love it. Will that happen? So I just want to really say this. Kundalini activation and the energy healing from there, the idea is not shaking. It's not an idea. So if you see that somebody is shaking and you barely feel the energy, then it feels like, am I doing something wrong? Because the other person next to me is shaking up and down, here and there, and I can barely feel anything. Just to say, it depends a lot on our surrendering. And the more we are able to surrender through our body, the more somehow the shakiness will happen. Because we are in a body in the beginning trying to control. And that's also in a sense of, that's why I don't want to give because it works either ways. It works either ways. It's not about the shakiness. It's not the idea. It can happen. But sometimes I am completely calm. I have my body doesn't move an inch and it doesn't mean that nothing happened. So just to say that all of what is there is normal and it's very powerful. You can Google this by yourself. You can find the books. I'm happy to recommend you. I don't want to again say, just to say that to brainwash somebody here into saying, oh, that's the only way of doing. But we'll move there with the consciousness right now. And in fact, when you met your twin flame and you felt that love, the inner peace, the connection, can you imagine now you can get there by yourself? And that will also bring your twin here. So, this was one of the message that, like I said. Then another one that was really, really powerful for me, what I read was right after. So now that describes a little bit of the session itself. And I'm going to also again say, if you don't have exactly these feelings, it doesn't mean that something is wrong with you, that something didn't work for you. Not at all. So I'm going to read that. An incredible experience. Somehow that warm summer day worked out so I could participate in all 3 sessions. And that's another thing. We can have the same music, same facilitators, same place, same moment, same, everything same. And when you do 3 in a row, you will see the difference. You will really see the difference. And that's why I say it's not somehow only one time shift and change. We have to continuously allow it to happen. So that's why we do Kundalini Yoga, to clear the aura, to clear your system, to give you the power, because you have it all. And my workshops, in a sense, are designed to help you to get there. All you have to do is to surrender and trust. So let's go. Each was slightly different and gave me different responses. The first was a thank you for the work and preparation. The second, thank you for your perseverance and strong faith. And this third meeting was one's great declaration of pure and selfless love. A deep and all-encompassing warmth. When I closed my eyes and I completely immersed myself in the music, an incredible dialogue began. The likes of which I never experienced before in such a profound and real form. I felt as if my body had fallen almost dead. It wasn't tired or sore, but simply aware of the long journey behind and before it. I felt my soul dancing in a warm rain, washing over and enveloping me. At the same time, I was enjoying this happiness and conversing my other half, sending me future doses of pure love. And then there was this dialogue through the music, when you feel the message and then you hear the confirmation. Come home, I truly love you. A powerful, profound, and complete experience. Thank you. I found it was very beautifully explained that you can have different stages, and each stage brings you closer to your truth, to your love, through the oneness, through the wholeness. That's why when we have, for example, let's say you come to the session and you don't really feel anything or something not really happens, I always say, don't give up on the first time. Come and do a couple of them. That's why on 31st of August, we'll have another workshop. It will be a little softer because we don't need to activate it as much. What we need to is integrate it. So it will be integration. But it's something, again, and then we'll do the Jupiter Kriya again all together. Then we have another workshop together. So these are all on Patreon. Like I said, it's $5.99 a month. And you get an access to, I would say, for a priceless opportunity. I've always said that it's not about money. Sometimes we cannot afford the full session, and that's okay. I have given you an opportunity, and you can try that. Because remember, everything is energy and everything is frequency. The next message was, which also made me very happy somehow. Today's Lionsgate activation was something else. I cried so much, not just for the twin connection, but for myself. For the first time in a long while, I felt unconditional love for me. I was shouting, I love you, through tears, and it felt like a deep inner epiphany, like a forgiveness I didn't even know I needed. The last few days I've been seeing 11:11 non-stop, and this morning I woke up extremely dehydrated, like something intense moved through my body overnight. Not sure if that's related to energy shifting and timeline alignment, but it felt significant. Just wanted to share this with you and thank you again. This journey is deep, and today I felt like a real breakthrough. Why I love this was about that it's about me. Yeah, and it is about coming home to yourself. Your twin, when you met, came to show you what the home feels like, what it is to be home within you, what it feels to have that love. And then our brain started to believe that in order to feel this way, I need to have this person in my life. Because if I don't have this person in my life, then I can't feel home, then I can't feel love, then I can't feel all of this connection. And that's not true. Your brain likes the separation, while your soul knows that we are all one. And you're one with your twin, you're one with me, you're one with everything. And when you feel the home, that I love myself, and I'm going to say I love myself is not from the place of ego, where you repeat, I love myself, I'm beautiful, I'm this, I'm that. No. It has to be felt. And when you feel it, God, that's beautiful and that's powerful. And that was one of the reasons when I first started my podcast, because when I felt that inner union, It was like a light bulb inside of me opened up, and I realized, that was the idea of twin flames, to feel this, to be this. And it was life-changing. Everything for them started to change. The next one is also who is coming to our retreat. So like I say, and as a matter of fact, also she's but I just wanna, hi love, attended 2 of your beautiful sessions earlier, and I'm currently next to my twin flame, who is having a full Kundalini purge. It's obviously not nice to watch him throw up like that, but I have a deep knowing that this is the release he needs to stop running away from his own truth. His movement showed me it's Kundalini. So glad that something moved for him on this Lionsgate. I was very activated when we were at the park earlier, following the 2 sessions you hosted, so it's only natural that I have ignited this Kundalini. And before I continue the message, I want to say that that's true. And when you meet your twin flame first also, and the Kundalini gets activated, that's also one of the reasons they can really run, because it's very overwhelming. Your body can start doing things you are not used to. The sexual energy gets out of control. You feel, oh my God, what is happening to me? And so the so-called divine masculine can run from it because it's overwhelming, and it brings out all of the shadows and all of the things we've been lying. I remember once a very close person to me, and we did an activation, and later on there was a lot of purging and also lots of anger, disappointment, because what it triggers also the part of you that you haven't taken care of yourself, that you've been lying to yourself, that you live in illusion and you could be better. And the person walks up to me and says to me, oh, it's your fault, you did something wrong. And I said, no. And what was their pattern also, that this person kept on blaming other people, seeing that it's all outside, not inside. And when I heard this response, I said, this is your energy. And your old way of responding will not work. So you have to sit down and let it purge. Is it nice? No, definitely not nice. But we can't fix that with a mind. And then it was funny that the twin, so continuing from here, from the girl, the twin sent a message, 333. By the way, I slept badly and feeling stomach sick. I think it's working. And then there was a ticket gate, which had 12 and seat number 33. And the beautiful soul who's coming to retreat, she said, welcome to my world, 333. And she wrote, the energy is definitely still doing its thing. We spent 30 hours together without our phones, and the man has never shared this much with me before. He just talks and talks. It also has activated his masculine. He's guarding me from traffic like I'm a glass figurine, and has been extremely attentive to my every needs, and he can't stop sharing about his plans for his new company. You were definitely right about the energetic shift and the number 3s. I knew that 8/8 would be special, and it so happens to be the day that marked the 9 months from me feeling I was spiritually pregnant. In a way, 8/8, I felt like a birth. He explained that he was taken back to a creation of the universe and saw everything unfold from there. And the full awakening only happens when he was so nauseous that he really wants to just leave his body and fully surrender. In his own words, it was like a portal open up for him. That's what happened, and happened to me in the inner dance session. And now I never question anything that we are not part of the universe and everything, because what I experienced there, both physically and with my body, it was like I exploded for the fact that I went like super teeny tiny, super small, like atom or how do you say, proton or neutron or whatever we are. And then I I exploded and I saw how the universe and all of this was creating and I was part of it. Sounds absolutely mental. Sounds like, and I was not on any psychedelic or any drug or anything. And I know people who were in a Costa Rica retreat and had inner dance sessions. How many people reported the same thing? So we are part of the universe and it is very powerful. Inner dance session will come on a workshop again in about 2 months, I would say, maybe before the retreat. I gave him a rose quartz with 333 engraved to bring him to Paris on a business trip, which is, by the way, the place we both have our astrocartography charts as our most aligned cities for love. Paris is for love. Paris is beautiful. I thought I would never like Paris, but I did. Paris had an amazing energy. So again, you see, it works for them as well. You don't have to believe me. I'm just reading these things and just to give you inspiration, to bring you back here that what you feel, what you're experiencing, you are on the right path. The next message was from another soul who shared again how the twin came. After Lionsgate, I feel otherwise in my body. I feel the urge to create and not to accept anything else than love in my body for me. And in this way, for the whole humanity in every state of our being, ego, nature, divinity. My eating habits have changed. I only eat what feels whole to me at the moment. And I'm going to stop here as well. That's another beauty of when we connect to the divine energy. Your body is your temple, and we hear that very often. But if we have, let's say, a little bit of a bad habits. We are a creature of habits. We like to drink, we like to scroll on social media, we like to do this and that. But what is the beauty of Kundalini energy? That it like strikes you and you can no longer go back to your bad habits. It's like reprogramming. Reset, reprogram, and you'll never be the same. And then, of course, can be a bit difficult because you thought, I used to love that. I used to be this. I have only, I would say, one bad thing still left. And this is, I like to, time to time, is one of the things I like to drink is Coca-Cola. I don't drink the sugar one because I don't like sugar as much. But that's one thing I have. And I often think okay, when the click is going to happen, that I will stop that. Because time to time, let's say once a month, I like that fizzy Coca-Cola. And I know it doesn't do anything good for me. But there is something. And I haven't figured that out yet. So let's continue here with the message I received from her. My twin, then 2 days later, asked me out of nowhere for my opinion about his first aquarium. I replied with an amazing piece of nature that would fit perfectly. He then not reacted on my answer, but that doesn't matter to me. He amazes me and I love him. He should be exactly how he feels likes to be. Any of my judgment is an illusion, and I'm grateful for him to open his heart in any ways. Yes, gratitude on this journey is very important. Whatever your twin is doing today, wherever they are, however they behave, whatever is there, say then thank you. Thank you for them to open your heart and show you what the real love is, if you have felt it. Love without any conditions. I will put here the Sadhguru's video as well in the description, where it's like love is not a marketplace. And I find this is very powerful, and maybe that will help you to understand that if your twin opened your heart, you got the gift, you got the jackpot. Whether you like it or you don't, you got the jackpot. And now it's time to become you. Leave all of your fears, all of the limiting beliefs, everything behind. And another thing to say over here is very interesting. another day I was channeling, and it was just a couple of days ago. It must have been 2 days ago. And I realized that one of the biggest things, what we are looking for, is our soul purpose. The purpose why I'm here. And it becomes from love, but also being useful and in service for the humanity, for anybody. And that's what we are craving for, to be in service. And sometimes we don't know how to step into service. And we've been told to go to this school, to that school, to this and this and this and that. But in reality, you need to step into your purpose and being in service. And that's what your twin helps you to do. I promise you, just today for 21 days at least, every morning, every evening, give a gratitude to your twin and see what starts to happen. So the next message is also another person who is coming to the retreat. And I received, but I'm just saying very briefly, she also did another day with me soul realignment. You can do the soul realignment on Patreon by yourself, and then you have 21 days where you have to follow. Soul realignment is extremely powerful. It's not a joke. We don't do this more than once in 5 years, because in about every 5 years, one of your soul member can change and shift. But I remember after we did that, she had that fear. She said, oh my God, what just happened to me? I'm a bit afraid of it. And then she wrote to me right after the session, is it a coincidence that today my twin is joining me first time for the trip in Barcelona? And the first time we actually traveled together. Thank you so much, B, and everyone who is involved in this experience. And then sending me pictures saying 3 days of pure love. And I just say again the 333 element. I checked in a new hotel and they gave me the room of 33 on the 3rd floor. My twin is born on the 3rd of March and I'm on the 3rd of June, and it made me smile. 333 energy is an unconditional love. Love, pure love. And you see, it's not, again, something I make it up. So many of you are receiving these signs. So many are connecting to this. And especially you coming from that field, you had an activation and boom. That's the beauty. Call me crazy, call me however, but that's what's happening. And so the next one that I'm going to read is also from the person who is coming to the retreat here in Cyprus. And hi B, I just listened to the podcast and I have to share my experience with Lionsgate portal. As you know, just before 8/8, I wrote to you that I really need to let go of my twin flame. To be honest, every time I opened Instagram or TikTok, I was silently hoping to see something of hers there. Who hasn't been in this situation? We all have. I did have space with her being away and me focusing on my own inner journey, and I felt happy and peace with myself. But I still noticed that I had some yearning to hear from her. And instead of watching Instagram and TikTok all the time to see if she posted something, I spent the last month a lot of time on YouTube, specifically watching tarot for Capricorns. And all that stuff, and I wanted to hear or gave me hope that she would come back next week or next month, or that she misses me, or that she would leave her karmic partner, and so on and so on. So I had just switched from one addiction to another, and I knew that I was fooling myself. Just before Lionsgate, I decided to use Lionsgate as the moment to let go, and this time for real. No more YouTube, no more tarot, that just drove me crazy and stopped my own journey. Again, something you have heard me saying many times, and I'm not saying this to you to punish you or make you feel that you're doing something wrong. But I'm saying that from my own experience. The more we are, let's say, watching the tarot and we are waiting for it, let's say, on average tarot reading is about 30 minutes. So you spend watching this where someone else and the cards dictate your life. Instead, you take this 30 minutes and you go within and you start listening what is within. I know it's uncomfortable. I know that. It's not something feels good. That's why hopefully from September, I have something very big to launch to help you to sit there and connect to that. So keep your eyes on my email list, keep your eyes on the podcast, make sure you subscribe if you're really ready for that. I want to find the answers within me. Or maybe there are no answers, but I want to feel it. So now we continue. So Lionsgate, I joined 2 sessions, and day after that I felt so light, so in balance, so happy. I was all alone day, but just enjoying life. And at some point on Saturday, my son called me. But I missed his WhatsApp video call. He's in Thailand on a holiday now. I quickly called him back, but my twin flame was still on top of the list as favorite. So I pressed that button completely by accident. I clicked 5 times to stop the call within a second. I didn't want to call my twin flame, and I had just let her go the day before, and that she didn't call back, and I was completely okay with that. And I also forgot about it until the next day, Sunday the 10th. How many of you, and I hear that very often, and even for me it was, I did not want to call my twin flame. We never called each other. And then I clicked on it, and it just started calling. My phone just starts calling. I am just opening something, an application, and it starts calling. And I felt so embarrassed. I was like, oh my God, I didn't want to call. But again, Divine has bigger plans. Divine wants to do something. And then Sunday the 10th came. My twin messaged me on WhatsApp, and I tried to translate it to you. My twin, oh, I see you called me only now. I'm at a wedding in Poland and I don't have a signal out here. Is it important? If so, I will call you right now, but I have no privacy to talk. I responded, no, it was an accident. I wanted to call somebody else, but you were on top of the list and I pressed your name by accident. No worries, nothing wrong. Enjoy the wedding. The twin says, thanks, but how are you? All is good. Hearts. Twin, yes, I'm doing great. All in balance, peaceful. I'm happy all the things with the divorce are behind me now. The house is mine now and I can keep on living here and enjoy each day. Also doing super interesting and beautiful things spiritually. Can only say that I'm happy. Are you doing all right? How is college going? Did you get your driver's license already? Let me know. And the twin says, super nice to hear. Yes, I'm doing great as well, and college is going all right. Saving money for the driver's license. Goal is to get my license this year. We will be talking to each other soon. I'm very interested how everything went for you in the past month. Great to hear from you. Great to hear you are happy, and I am as well. Very much. Love you. This was all on Sunday, and it's funny how the universe works. The moment you decide to let go, this happens. With the risk that I'm again thinking about this and bringing myself back to the same state I was on Saturday after Lionsgate. I let go and we'll see what happens. I'm happy and I trust the universal timing. Hope this helps you as well. Another story from Twin Flame contact after months of no contacts and right after 808. You see, this portal is important, and those of you who came to the activation, you will see the magic happening in 21-28 days. Does not directly mean that your twin flame will reach out and, oh wow, this is going to happen. There can be another, that you will step into your path, you step into your purpose, you step into the alignment, you will receive something magical, something starts to come to you. And you see, wow, I entered to this portal with the most powerful energy. And I'm also going to say again, my hands in a praying position over here. The fact that we had so many facilitators coming to activate the energy, it was a blessing. I am so thankful that universe helped me to, people trust me when I say I have an event, and many, what also the facilitators said, they said, this was beyond, I have never experienced something, because many of them haven't had such a big experience of working in a large group. We had in total over 200 people. So in one group 87, another one 69, 77. So a lot of people in one session. And that's why for me, I love this. And I never want to end. It's the same with the workshops and stuff I have. Sometimes so hard to leave because I enjoy the energy. I enjoy being there so much. Same with retreats, the being present, being connected, feeling all of this love and connection. And even though you are heartbroken at this moment, the true essence comes through. So let's go from here to the next review as well, or the meaning. And Christina, so that's now a different one, and I want to really address this as well. Hi B, hope you're doing well. First, I wanted to thank you once again for Lionsgate. It was such impressive to join such an event, especially with so many wonderful facilitators. The first session was very intense for me. I cried deeply. But the second session, I was almost neutral. I felt a bit restless and not connected as I am usually. Now, after a few days after Lionsgate, I started to feel deep ache and sadness. I also feel doubt that anything will move from 5D to 3D. I'm not sure where this sadness and ache are coming from. Is it normal to feel after Lionsgate activation? I was starting to think maybe I did something wrong on Lionsgate activation, or maybe I should do some more activations. Here is something what I really want to address to. We can feel very empty, very disoriented, and here is one thing that we can really see from 5D to 3D, where she said, I also feel doubt that anything will move from 5D to 3D. And what it means is that the belief system was somewhere inside of her, very deeply somewhere, deep inside, that it didn't appear within the first session. And I know we have done quite a lot of private sessions, and it hasn't come up. But now as the energetic load is taking you, so think of it, you went into a portal and it's pulling you up with an energy. And anything that is lower vibration to reach there, you have to leave behind. And so now there can be a very strong cleansing process. And that's why we can feel sadness. We can comfort the same wounds over and over again. Because the universe is saying, are you ready to release that? Are you ready to let go of that? So that's why I always say, not everyone is going to have butterflies and feeling connected and feeling all of this magic and the twin is coming back and wow, it's going to happen. For some of us, you can feel that you want to be in bed and you don't want to get out from there anymore. But also we need to embrace that part. And here is where our mind gets wrong. Our mind starts believing, something is now wrong. I did something wrong. This is not good for me. Look how I was crying. That's not good. So I will never do this again. And that's where it's actually a bad thing. Because when we're liberating these very dense energies, often we will feel sleepy, we might crying. Like I said, I had that fear from me being induced for the labor. As I said, I'm very careful, apart from Coca-Cola, what I put in my body. And knowing that I will be, the fear was all in my body, so I had to liberate it. And when I liberated, what happened? I cried 24 hours. And it wasn't crying that I tried to force myself. The tears were just coming, because my body was like, oh, I let go of it, I let go of it, I let go of it. Boom, and later on I had a different, completely 12 hours later, after finishing crying, I was in natural labor, had the most beautiful labor ever. Most beautiful doctor, my doula, my team was just beyond beautiful. So low vibration after that is not a negative thing. And we need to let go of that understanding. We need to let go of that. There is even a saying that right before the magic happens, it's kind of like we feel everything collapse. And that's where the universe is kind of testing your strength or your trust. That do you trust that it's there? Or again, that you see that everything is going this way and you lose the trust. And remember, trust is a frequency. Trust is frequency that shows you if it will happen or not. Then we have two more, even though I have so many others and I'm very thankful for all you saying it. But we'll do that because otherwise the podcast will be 10 hours long. Hi B, I have such a packed weekend and haven't gotten the chance to process the 808 session. I want to say how grateful I am for such an incredible experience. It's hard to put into words the immense energy I felt. It was all around me, so strong and present. Started with shortness of breath in my throat, then heartburn and butterflies in my stomach. My hand felt electric the whole session. Hard to explain it. It was so intense. I'm getting emotional thinking back. There was so much love. I totally agree. There was so much love. And even the facilitators, I will maybe put them just somewhere that you can read what the facilitator said. Been seeing 888 since then, 69, 699, 9996 everywhere. Excited for what to come. Thank you and all the facilitators to creating this space. And I like why I shared that was the fact of what can happen to you physically. Tingling, shortness of breath, feeling enormous love, feeling all, this is all what can happen to you. The next message is from another beautiful soul. Greetings to Singapore. Thank you for organizing the 888 Lions Portal session yesterday. Hope you're well rested today. This is the one thing I have to say, that when we do the activations, as it comes through me as well in that sense, often my legs, even though I can sit or whatever, my legs are destroyed. So I normally, if I have more than 3 sessions per day, which I normally try not to, 2 is the maximum, but sometimes happens 3, I know that the next day I can barely walk. So in that sense, I always have to, like after the Lionsgate and I had my daughter's birthday, it was literally, I knew I need a massage. I knew I need to just lie down until the energy starts to flow back to my body because of the giving it into that space. So if we think about it, that it's just an energy work, it burns a lot of calories and it burns a lot in your body. I wanted to share my experience from our first session. I'm not exactly sure what triggered, but as soon as the light language was activated, I began feeling tingling sensation, spreading from my fingers to my palms, the goosebumps. Soon after, I started trembling and shaking as a bubble of energy, and energy rose from my abdomen, trying to move upward. That's the Kundalini. When you feel that it moves like a snake from your lower, I love that feeling. It's so nice. I felt similar energies when I'm alone, but this was the first time I experienced it during the energy activation session, and it happened just minutes into your session. The intensity was so powerful and I couldn't stop the shaking. In those moments, I saw a lot of images of my twin flame, even though I haven't been thinking of him lately. Yet he appeared vividly, along with a clear insight and knowing about my life. Almost like a deep understanding of why I'm here, and what an incredible session this was for me. Since the last activation with you, I've been noticing the number 69 and 144 everywhere, and 144 especially felt like I was shouting at me. Even my daughter had to remind me about it, and there has been a lot of other synchronicities. Despite all of this, I found a deep peace within myself after ending our open relationship. No more looping. Thank you so much for holding this space and doing this work. Sending you all the love. Yeah. Also, I never mentioned, I forgot, I was supposed to make it on Patreon, that the ticket price was for the Lionsgate $44. And that was made for a purpose, that 4 and 4 makes together 8. Meaning of a mirror, in a sense of you are 44 and your twin appears as a 44, and together you're 88, 888, and it's an infinity. So meaning of you invested $44 to make this double of 88. So like everything in your life to double. Everything. Love, money, wealth, health, friendships, everything, the inner peace. So it was an idea that you give it out, the energy, And this, I'm going to talk about this. I don't want to talk about it today, but I'm going to talk about if someone manipulates, because I recently heard again where some twin flame coaches are saying, oh, you need to do this, that regularly. You need to invest that much money if you don't do this. I don't want to today talk about it. I'll talk about it in the future, and I make a post about this. But what I meant to say is that always it's an energy exchange. Whether it's money, whether it's being present, whatever is there, but it has to be energy exchange. When there is no energy exchange, it doesn't manifest. I loved how, and there is just one more, I bring it in. And it's from the same girl, and she's been doing a lot of activation and also coming to the retreat. I just felt called to share my experience. When we listened to light language at one of the previous workshops, I couldn't connect to it. I thought it was weird, pointless, and somehow annoying. But today, wow, I had a totally different experience. When Naomi started the light language, my whole body reacted with it. Goosebumps every single time. Even in the moments when I couldn't hear her, my body would still respond from that time to time. So I assumed she was singing. Thank you, it was powerful. My intention for today was simply to enjoy, because I've been doing so much energy work lately. And I definitely enjoyed it. Also, when I asked my twin, was he here with me, I was reminded that this day was for me. Just for me. And that felt powerful. Again, thank you. Why I like to talk about it, saying, you will not believe. I know you're listening to me of today, me talking about breath work, Reiki, Kundalini activations, quantum healing, what else I say? Millions of ways of connecting to your soul. Meditation, grounding, going to the sea, all of this. If I remember, I had this was 15 years ago when I had my first blogs. And I remember I was invited to the event in a park where we had to laugh. And I was like, these people are nuts. Why they are forcing themselves to laugh like this? What is the thing? But that was a form of therapy to bring up the happiness. I was like, oh my God. Or then about the Hindu gods or things, I was like, who believes in the Ganesh, who is a, let's say, elephant? And the same with Greek gods and all that. I said, this is all nonsense. Well, today, who is preaching all of these energies? Here I am. And the same is with a lot of healing sessions. I've been on session where I'm like, I didn't understand. And then I go next time, boom, and it hits me. That's why I say I don't say and I don't force the activations to anyone. Because if you come with the mindset, oh, I'll do the activation, then this will happen to me. My twin will reach out to me. No, because you're coming with an expectation. Because we don't know what the energy and your soul path wants you to learn and come into. And then one of the messages from her was as well, hi, it was truly amazing, so strong, so powerful. It was by far the best event. I agree from my own perspective. I love the retreats and I love the big collective events because the energy gets so powerful. It's just so powerful. I am not saying that the workshops aren't powerful, but the workshops are a little bit different. But when we have the universal energy and we come all together like that, wow. Thank you for holding the space, for generating this powerful energy. Later on, you appeared in my dreams that did not feel like a dream, and you were activating me and telling me that the energy will continue. And this repeated throughout the night. Just so grateful for everything and all of us that created this magical day. Thank you for making it possible. How many of you have said that I appear in your dreams? That I come and tell you, it's okay, you can do it. It's all right. You're always on my mind. Even those who couldn't attend the event, you were with me there. And I know it sounds crazy, and again I'm gonna say that, and maybe I'm the only person, but I don't believe that. for me, seeing you shining and being in your element, nothing is more beautiful. Nothing. Because your twin is your gift. And yeah, I have a couple of such good other stories, but we have to finish for today because it's very long again. There was this, I just want to say one more thing that, Dear B, I was so much waiting for today's session. I very much enjoyed the first one, and after I had a big fight with my sister and my mother, not keeping my truth inside me anymore. Just now, after this third session, I turned my Wi-Fi on again, and my twin texted me after 8 months of silence. 8th of August has been 3 years, a new stage in our journey. 1 year ago, I would have told you, this is a miracle. Today I say, this is how the universe works. And there is so much more, just we need to let the universe guide us. I'm grateful for your guidance, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. I think it was a beautiful way to end this message. And hopefully, maybe I'll make another where I talk about some deeper. So if you have something to share, something that shifted and changed, you can also share, and we can make another episode similar to it. And if you enjoyed it and it inspired you and you felt, oh, wow, I didn't think of that perspective, or I didn't know that this can happen, leave a comment, connect. I'm gonna finish up for today, and all I want to say is thank you. Thank you for being the light and love. Like I said, the Bali retreat waiting list is now available. You can put yourself over there, whether you come or not, but just then you receive the email, because for the Cyprus retreat, we only eventually sent it out for the waiting list, and it was sold out within the 10 minutes. I couldn't believe that either. And we couldn't no longer. That's why even on the website I don't have more than just the invitation list, because we happened to sell it very quickly. So for the Bali, we are starting to organize it for the Shivaratri. It's funny enough that I didn't even know, but 11/11, when we're doing the Cyprus retreat, it's also the time where we worship Shiva, and Shiva is the consciousness. And it's so funny how my soul knows all of these things, why we're connecting to the energy, but my mind doesn't. And like I said, I'm not religious, and I'm not saying, and all of the Kriyas and all of the Kundalinis and all of that, it's not about religion. Many can feel that, oh, that's from the Hinduism. No, it's not a religion. It's about connecting to the energies, and we're connecting to the divine. Doesn't matter what is your religion or what it is, we connect to the energy and your body and your divine and your soul. So these are out there. On 31st of August, we have a next workshop on Patreon. You can support this channel. Any like, any comment, anything supports this channel always tremendously. And what was the other thing? Who wished to have a call with me, or wish to have activation, or needs some channeling message? twinflameawakeningjourney.com. It's all there. Whenever you feel aligned, whenever you feel connected, we will connect. You will not know why you have to be there, but your soul will know. So thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you for making this portal magnificent for the twin flames. Lots of love and light.
Finding it harder to see the kindness you told us to be. I'm trying to hope that I trust and know that you'll make a way. You'll make a way. You'll make a way. You'll make a way. Come, kingdom of God, true and kind. The boldness of our sacrifice, your heart show. Love, standing by each other's side. turning away from pride. We know we're letting go. You'll make a way. You'll make a way. You'll make a way. Oh, you'll make a way. Every night and day, I'll watch you wait. Oh, 'cause I believe, oh, you'll make a way. Oh, oh, I won't fear, I'll stand in you. Trust your power and see you move. You have won it. You have won it. Oh, and I won't give up. No, I won't. Your light shines the brightest when it gets dark. You have won it. You've already won the world. You'll make a way. You'll make a way. You'll make a way. Oh, you'll make a way. Oh, every night and day, I'll watch you wait. Oh, 'cause I believe you'll make a way. Oh, I won't fear, I'll stand in you. Trust your power and see you move. You have won it. You have won it. Oh, and I won't give up. No, I won't. Your light shines the brightest when it gets dark. You have won it. You've already won the world. You'll make a way. You'll make a way. You'll make a way. Oh, you'll make a way. Every night and day, I'm watching our way. Hey, 'cause I believe you'll make a way. 'Cause I believe you'll make a way. 'Cause I believe you'll make a way.